The first team we're going to review here is my Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles win by only 5 points against the Jaguars when they should have won by 20. Okay, I had the Eagles to cover the 7 points, and it was looking golden. It was looking great. They held the defense held the Jaguars to just 31 yards in the first half. Okay, in total for the game, the Eagles had more than 232 yards more than the Jaguars. They had almost 17 minutes time possession more than the Jaguars, and they caused 2 or 3 turnovers, and the Eagles had no turnovers. So you have all this in your favor. They had more first downs than the Jaguars. They had more rushing, passing yards, and they only won the game because Nakobe Dean did a great play in the red zone, and he intercepted the ball. Great play. It's actually good to see him out there doing great in pass coverage. And we shouldn't have gone like that. What are the Eagles doing? What's going to kill the Eagles is this inconsistent of the head coach, Nick Sirianni. This guy is a straight up bonehead. That is Nick Sirianni. His nickname should be Bonehead. I don't care. This guy is way over his skis, okay? Everybody can tell because this whole year has been questionable. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? Like, what? Like, people keep on questioning him. He should have been let go, like Matt Eberflus from the Chicago Bears should have been let go. These coaches should have been let go. You don't call any of the offensive plays there, Nick. You don't call defensive plays. All you're there to do is build a culture and manage like situational things like 4th downs and 2-point conversions. For instance, he was aggressive the whole game. Aggressive to go on 4th down, 2-point conversions, 2-point conversions. The tush push was getting stopped multiple times. Then when we had 4th and inches on the Jaguar side of the field, he gets away from the tush push because it's being stopped, and he does some boot action play with Jalen Hurts that doesn't even work, not even close. Then they have to throw the ball away, and the Jaguars get a good field position. It's like, what are you doing? If you're going to be aggressive, then stay aggressive. Use the tush push again. You're right there. It's 4th and inches, and you throw some other crap play together, and you get the Jaguars to get a great field position. It's nuts. We have so much talent. I would say we rival. It's Detroit Lions and it's the Philadelphia Eagles who have so much talent on one team, okay? We have the same talent as the Detroit Lions when it comes to superstars on one team. We're the only team I think rival the Detroit Lions, okay? But the Philadelphia Eagles' Achilles heel is our head coach. The guy needs to stop making bonehead moves. I don't care if the Eagles go. I don't care. We lose 3 games. We go 15-3, 15-4, whatever the hell it is. The guy still needs to go. Okay, he needs to go. We need somebody who's a better decision making. I don't like him at all. The guy, he's probably a nice guy, but I don't think he's situated to be a head coach. Anyways, let's talk about another reason why the game was close. The stupid, egregious, bonehead, moronic call by the referees. Barkley fumbled the ball and they pick it up and run it for a touchdown. That is nowhere near a damn fumble. Anybody could see that the guy tripped Barkley to make him fall forward, and then the ball, when his elbow hits the ground, the ball comes out. But it was only because of that, the opposing team, the the Jacksonville Jaguar guy who caused Barkley to fall on the ground, and he hits the ground and the ball fumbles. Everybody's confused on the play kind of bit, and then he runs for a touchdown because half the Eagles players are like, what the hell is going on? He runs it for a touchdown. We have to do this. Like, they had to, after the game, explain why that was a fumble, and it still made no sense. It was an ass of a call, and they know they effed up. Everybody, I'm telling you, go watch that play with the Philadelphia Eagles. That was not a fumble, okay? Anybody watching, what are you talking about? The opposing team caused him to fall down. He is down by contact, and then his knee hits because the guy tackled him, and the ball pops out, and then the guy gets a touch and runs for a touchdown. No, it should have been a down by contact. That was it. I mean, I just can't How can the refs get away with this? It is egregious. It's unbelievable. Go, guys. Go look up all the Philadelphia Eagle writers. Go look up the NFL guys who don't even cover the Philadelphia Eagles. Even they were saying, like, what? How is this a fumble? What are you talking about? And then now you got these sports commentators saying, like, oh, well, they could have put away the Jaguars, but they should have been by this many points. Like, did you forget? Yes, you could talk about Nick Sirianni all you want. He did make some bonehead plays. But it was only closer. It was more closer than it was because of that stupid, egregious call by the bonehead, idiotic refs. That NFL, that referee team should not be playing for the Eagles again. That was ridiculous. That was horrible. It should have been. The Eagles should have won this game now by 12 points because of that fumble. It was just god awful, and the referee should be ashamed for that, and the whole NFL covering their asses. Go read the explanation. It makes no sense. That's a fumble. So what the hell with them? Okay, we still won the game. You know what? It makes me think. Now this is just some conspiracy thinking talking, but it has happened in the past that the referees were on the take for that game. Did they have Jaguars +7, +7.5? Because it makes you think that. This is why viewers like us think the NFL is rigged, because you have stupid plays like that is clearly not a fumble. The guy runs it in for a touchdown and the Jaguars cover. That's what it makes you think. It makes you think the NFL is rigged and somebody's on the take because of plays like that. That wasn't a fumble by Barkley. That was a bullshit call by the referees. And this is why fans from all around the United States think the NFL's rigged, or some fans think that, because calls like that, unbelievable. And before we move on to a different team, I just want to talk about, the Eagles need to cut some fat here. The Eagles need to cut Avonte Maddox. The guy is a waste of space now. I know before this year he had a couple good years. He looked really good, but he's lost a step. He is, from all those injuries, he's no longer good as a corner. Every time Maddox steps on the field, the opposing team targets him. They target him and he gets blown away. And then what happens? He causes a pass interference call that was crucial. He causes it, okay? The guy does not need to see the field. Put him on special teams if you need to, okay? Go ahead. He's a little feisty guy, but that's it. That's all you need to put him at. Do not have him playing any critical defensive snaps whatsoever. If we're winning in a blowout, then put him out there. But Avonte Maddox does not need to see the field anymore. I don't care. I don't want him at backup slot either. Find somebody else out on the street or make Ringo the backup slot, because he does not need to beat it. The guy's a waste of space. Cut him or trade him at the deadline, which is coming up on Tuesday. Cut him up, or trade him, because the guy needs to go. He's a waste of space, or just have him do special teams. That's it. Another thing I want to talk about here real quick is I think we also need to talk about CJ Gardner-Johnson. The guy is having a bad year, a below average, not good year. He's getting blown up. He's one of the most paid highest safeties, in the top 10 highest paid safeties, and he's not looking like it. It looks like he's getting torched. He's always looking for that big interception so he could brag and talk smack. That's what he's looking for. He's looking to make that big play when that big play is not there to make. Okay, he needs to clean it up. Okay, because when we play against the Detroit Lions in the playoffs, if we play them in the playoffs, we play against a good passing team like the Rams or the Green Bay Packers. We beat the Packers, okay, I understand that. But the Packers did put 27, 28 points on us. So the Eagles need to clean it up, but especially CJ Gardner-Johnson, the guy needs to stop taking risks and just play steady ball, okay? Or start having Sidney Brown take some of the snaps too, okay? Because Sidney Brown, the third round pick we drafted last year, fully healthy now. He looks great. He caused a forced fumble on the punt return, so the guy's a banger. He looks good. Have him get some snaps here if CJ does not want to clean it up. But the guy needs to clean up because he's getting torched. Another thing I want to talk about here is that I think we need to start asking ourselves, is Jalen Hurts a dark horse for the MVP? And I'm serious about that, okay? The MVP candidates, let's talk about Lamar Jackson and Jared Allen are probably number 1 and number 2, but you can flip-flop those guys if you want. Number 3 is probably Joe Burrow, give or take, okay? And also Jared Goff is in the mix too, because how efficient he is being. But Hurts needs to be in the conversation as top 5 or at least in the top 10, okay? The guy has 18 total touchdowns, over 2,000 total yards, only 4 interceptions, and I think he has 2 fumbles, and he only lost 1 of those fumbles, okay? Those are great numbers on a 6-2 team, which I think they're going to eventually take over the Commanders spot for first place in the NFC East, because the Commanders really haven't beaten anybody if you look at their record. And the teams they did beat, they're not that great. And the teams they did lose to, they lost to, like the Ravens. So I believe we need to start talking to Hurts as the dark horse for the MVP. They have a great record. They've been good teams, and so and he's turned the ball. He hasn't turned the ball over since the bye week. The guy's doing really great, okay? And it looks like it's 2022 Hurts when he was the runner-up MVP to Mahomes. So we need to start talking about that Hurts is a potential MVP.